Hi everyone, my name is Remy.
And my name is Tristan.
And you're listening to the Weekly Outdoors. Welcome back everyone, and today you're listening to the 7th episode of the Weekly Outdoors first season, 2019. And you're listening to Remy and Tristan live from the Netherlands. Live recording then.
Yeah.
All about the outdoor activities. You can find them on our website, weeklyoutdoors.com. And we're talking about anything you can do outdoors, which is a little bit of, physical, active, interesting, thrilling, back to nature.
That kind of stuff.
Basically
the stuff that you do when you go outside your home.
Yep.
And just go outside your home and then you're in the outdoors and there you can do stuff.
Yeah. So, good to see you again.
Yeah, thanks, man.
How has your week been?
The people cannot see me, but you think Weekly Outdoors, they're just guys in those zip-off trousers with pockets on the sides and walking shoes. And I just came from work, so I'm standing here with my suit and tie and looking really sophisticated. And that shows that
I
how
feel
busy...
pretty underdressed just with my shirt.
I know.
It's a nice, cool and cool shirt.
It is.
It's not the same as your outfit.
No. I just walked by walking the dog, and one of my neighbors said, "You came from a wedding?" No. Oh, from work. Yep. I normally don't look like this, so special occasion.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Have to
so
look
special.
like this. I know. So how's your week been, man?
Pretty good.
Yeah. How's the caravan?
The caravan is in its position.
Okay.
I bought it and I brought it to the campsite. It was a little bit of hassle because they wrote down my phone number wrong, so they couldn't call me during the weekend. So there were a lot of questions, but we figured it out. There was not really a problem, but for the lady behind the desk, everything was different now. So she was a little bit stressed. But then I was like, take your time, ask your questions.
You could see the sweat dripping from her forehead, like, oh my God, I have to do something now.
And also they have a new owner on the campsite, so they're a little bit careful with, doing things wrongly, I guess. Yeah. So they were very careful to do everything the right way, but they couldn't because I was just there. It was like I just popped out of nothing with my caravan, just like, hi, I'm here for the campsite.
It's just like somebody there, like,
yeah,
hello.
And normally, they say that the owner likes to meet the people and show them around just a little bit, so he gets a little bit of a look and feel of who wants to be on the campsite. So
makes sense.
He doesn't want to make it like a big party festival site. But she literally said, "You look respectable." So I think that's okay. I was like, "Oh, okay, you just keep it silent. Just accept it." But
So for all the criminals out there, just be like Remy, and then everything is okay.
Yeah, and I was asking to put the caravan towards the path so I can get it out very easily.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people said, the owner probably wants it towards the back of your garden, and then it's a better view or something. Yeah. I was like, yeah, but I want to take it out as easily as possible without making anything like difficult. So at the end, everyone was like, I have to wait for the owner. So eventually, I talked to the owner, but I already had to put the caravan down.
Okay.
So I just put it against the backside of the little bit of garden I got, and I saw the owner. I met the owner. I was like very joyful, and I said, I wanted to place it, along the other side so I can take it out very easily because I want to take it out more than just once this year. And he said, oh yeah, I didn't think of that. I was like, I told that to everyone, but no one told you that's the reason. So I was like, oh yeah, good, never mind. It's fine the way it is, and it's a pretty big. So I'll show you next time.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big piece of big. It's but I can fit.
I got 14 acres of land.
I can fit the caravan in 4 times, so it's pretty spacious.
And that's your own.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you rent the whole piece of grass, and
so if I get a caravan, I can stand with you on the same ground.
Yeah, but you have to pay again because you pay per caravan as well, and
Okay.
separate for the ground. So yeah, it's cheaper if you join on the same ground.
Yeah.
But what I'm gonna do is, a lot of people really make it like a more like a bungalow and vacation home. So they put a very big caravan in the back,
Yeah.
a big tent in front, and then a party tent and a few stones to make a
Yeah.
terrace, and a fence around it, and a little fountain. And so yeah, they completely decorate it like it's a
Awesome.
vacation home. But I'm more like, I'll split it halfway. So the right side will be the caravan side. So I'll put in the caravan with the front end, and on the left side I will make bit of, like a terrace and
Yeah.
a small box to put in like a bike or a lawnmower or something like that, just
Awesome.
to store stuff, so I don't have to take everything with me when I take the caravan, so I can leave the folding chairs and everything like that.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. Yeah,
Sounds like the good life, man.
yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that I can imagine the people doing that because if you're like a writer or you have a really stressed job, it's just awesome to go there for the weekend and just be like, okay, I'm in my happy place now.
yeah.
I can relax and recharge for the Monday. So
Yeah, the thing I like is that it's just with the car. It's 20 minutes from my home. I told
Wow.
this last time.
Yeah.
So I can just, instead of going home, or I can just come home,
Yeah.
eat, and go there, or I can go there and sit in the evening sun and then go home, or stay and sleep and go to work the next morning from there. Or so it's like a garden separate from my home. That's the only thing.
it's like almost if you can be like, I'm gonna finish my supper at home and sit on the couch, watch TV, and then be like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the caravan and I'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, normally I don't
I envy you.
I don't use my couch or my television. Only when I have guests, we use the Wii system, and we sit on the couch and play
Mm-hmm.
on the television. Otherwise, I'm just sitting behind my desk and playing games or making other stuff on,
Yeah.
on the computer. And now I'm like, okay, so when I don't have to go out and do something, I can just go there and spend my evening without screens, just relax. And yeah, I think that will be good
Yeah.
mentally as well.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I wanted to.
So it was a nice day. I took my mother along to pick up the caravan because she was very anxious to see it.
Yeah.
And we went to the campsite so she could see the campsite. She went looking for a spot as well because she was very eager to see it. And then when we brought the caravan, she helped cleaning out stuff a little bit. We
Yeah.
went to a secondhand store to buy a few folding chairs for just €4 a piece.
Yeah.
Normally you pay like 35 euros a chair. And okay,
If you're lucky.
yeah, those are nice new chairs, of course. But these simple chairs, and for €5, I had like 4 pillows. I can just, and this is amazing. So yeah, and I got a table with the caravan, like just a white garden table, very basic. And so now I have the folding chairs, which are white. So I picked them out to fit the table. Also bought a picnic table with folding legs, and I had a small cabinet. So I have a few small things
Yeah.
in the in the front tent. So
Man,
yeah, it's really good.
that is really good.
Yeah, I'm just starting, but yeah, it's gonna be really good.
So, like the thing you have with the caravan, you had, well, I told in one of the previous episodes about my sailing trip with
With
my
your
colleagues.
yeah.
And still, I am thinking about just getting a boat, not a sailing ship yacht stuff, just a normal boat for like 4 persons with an outside engine, and with I mean, today outside the weather is pretty good. It started shitty, now it's good, and like, how good is it just to be like, you know what? Let's go on a boat ride. Okay,
Yeah.
and just jump in a boat and just. Oh man.
Yeah, I haven't told you this, but when we had the campsite when I was young, we also had a boat. Yeah.
What happened to the boat? Where is it?
It was called the Dutch. In Dutch, it was called the Dragonfly,
Okay.
because they chip across the water
Yeah.
as well, and we had to sell it eventually. Yeah, because we left the campsite when my parents broke up, and so we had to sell the boat
okay,
as well.
yeah.
And but again, I also have a lot of memories from that boat, and I know it's
Yeah.
really really nice.
Yeah, but
to
I'm
have.
doubting between a boat or a canoe or I'm just
Well, you already have a canoe because you picked one
I
up.
know, I know. I still have to make it awesome again, but I'm in doubt because when the summertime is here, all the activities on the water are awesome to do.
Yep.
I mentioned the what's it called the standing on the surfboard with
The paddleboarding.
paddleboarding.
Yeah,
That's also awesome.
it is.
I want to do that too. So I'm really in doubt. Like there's so much awesome stuff to do on the water. What am I gonna invest money in that I can do more often?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I had to skip the water skiing with my work. Yeah. So I saw the pictures now from
Yeah,
everyone
but
doing it.
because of
so-
your neck, that's a really high
yeah,
risk thing.
I didn't take the risks.
No,
So-
no.
But then again, I can try it some other time, probably. I've done already with the same company I'm working now. We done the it's not the jet ski, it's the water ski.
Yeah,
no, it's not the water ski. It's the so you have the jet ski and you have the
Yeah, you have the one that you just sit on and drive. And
Right.
you have the one that has the thing that comes up and you come out of the water.
Yeah, you have to lift up the
Yeah.
steering wheel. Yeah, that's I've done that one, and it's very.
You mean the one
difficult.
that you have to
You have to stand up?
come
yeah.
out? No.
Yeah.
You did that?
Yeah.
But
I always wanted to rent one of the big jet skis when you're on holiday. You know,
Yeah.
along the shore on the beach.
with the big banana.
Yeah,
at the
but
end.
no, I'm not gonna get on these things. I will just drive the jet ski. But I always thought that's what I wanted to try.
Yeah.
I still want to try it, but there was always something. They were broken down or they were closed or just annoying. And with my work, so we went on a family day with the whole company and everybody, blah blah blah. And they had these. I call them jet skis because I don't know the other name for it, but it was very very heavy. It was so tough to do because
Yeah.
when you lay on the back with your crotch just above the board, otherwise it will shoot your crotch out. So you have to lay on top of it and then just throw it a little bit, then put your knees in
Yeah.
and sit on your knees. That's okay. It's doable, and then you have to steer, but you're steering right underneath you.
Huh?
So when it's like a jet.
Okay,
So
it's,
when
not,
you
it's not like with the steering wheel, go to left, you go to left, go to right, go to
Yeah,
left.
but it's
Okay.
not like a rudder, or it's
Okay.
not like a steering wheel. Steering wheels in the front. It's a jet underneath your body. So when you steer to the right, it's not that the jet ski is making a small circle. It's turning directly from underneath you. So that's what's hard when you try to stand up. So when you're on your knees, you know, you break your shins all the
Yeah.
time. But you know, you climb on and sit on your knees, and then the water just blows in your face. It's it's amazing. And then more power. Also, the throttle is with your thumb, just like a quad,
Okay.
and it's very sensitive. So it's like,
Oh my god.
it's so difficult. To,
Okay, I
to
changed
do
my
in the
mind.
beginning.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
try it.
and then you see one of the instructors come by standing like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
But
hate
then
him.
when you try to stand up, that's the difficult part, because when you stand up, you're high above the water.
Yeah.
But when you steer to the right, you just move your feet to the left. Because
Because of your
it's
balance.
the jet
Yeah.
underneath you. So yeah, maybe just steer a little bit less, or maybe lean into it a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more, so you have to get the feeling. I tried it like 3 times really seriously to stand up, but I just fell immediately.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just stay on my knees, just go fast, and I really loved it.
Yeah.
But my shins loved it less. So,
Yeah,
you know,
I-
that's fine.
and then you're in the salty water. And
Yeah.
then, oh my god, it burns.
Well, that was really fun to
Yeah.
do. Yeah, so I want to do the big jet skis as well.
Yeah, I think that's way easier because you're just sitting down. It's like driving a scooter on the water.
Yeah.
I think. I've never done it before.
Yeah, the big jet skis, I think they are a little bit easier, depending on the type of water you're on.
True.
If you're on a lot of waves, I'm not sure if it's easier,
Yeah.
but this was it was amazing.
Yeah, my only experience with the jet ski is the banana behind the jet ski.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Um.
Where was it? Was it just on holiday?
Yeah. Well, the usual Spain.
Yeah. You're dumb enough to try it.
Yeah, you're dumb enough, you're drunk enough, and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And then you're sitting on it, and you're thinking, this is a bad idea. And then he starts driving the thing, and you're like, yep, this is a really bad idea. And then you just, the moment that you full of the banana, and you do it bad. And I did it bad. It's
Okay.
just like your head is just smacked to the tarmac. It's the water is not soft.
Oh no, it doesn't give.
No, it's not
Nope.
like, oh, you fell down. Let's just go on the road. No, it's like, aha. So I came on, I came to shore, and I had really like a big black eye, and my nose was bleeding, and I was just like, okay, let's never do that again. This is not pretty awesome.
But so many people get hurt during
Yeah.
one of those floatable things behind
But we
the
still
boat.
do
or-
the
oh.
dumb. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I hate it.
It's the same as the parasailing behind the boat when you're on a.
Yeah, well, I think that sounds really awesome. You know, hanging
I'm
behind
not
a
gonna
boat.
because you're just dangling from a kite and have to trust someone steering the boat.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
just I'm like, nah, I'm
Yeah,
good.
he has got a
I'm
lot of
good.
power. He's like,
I'll
give
go-
me all your money.
I'll just jump from a plane and pull my parachute
Yeah.
myself rather than just being a kite
Yeah.
behind the boat. Because I've seen a lot of videos where it went wrong. The same as the banana.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know have been hurt during the banana. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
so,
yeah,
but
I'm
with
good.
the same thing you had with the jet ski,
Yeah.
which is called jet ski, I had with wakeboarding.
Mm-hmm.
No, not wakeboarding. Yeah, it was
Yeah, because
wakeboarding.
wakeboarding is with a kite as well.
No. Behind a boat.
So yeah, that's water skiing.
No, on a board.
Waterboarding.
That's wakeboarding.
Wakeboarding.
No, the other one you're calling is kite surfing.
Oh, yeah, that's kite surfing.
So I was wakeboarding.
Okay, good, yeah.
There was this track in the Netherlands, and you just have a towing line above
yeah.
the water.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there. I'm a big guy,
Mm-hmm.
and they just say, "Okay, you're just gonna stand here. You're gonna hold this line, and then when it comes, you just have to pull because then he knows. Oh, you want to go." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it." So I'm
Yeah.
just standing there, and he says, "Okay, pull," and I pulled, and yeah. The reaction you have is kind of like the videos that you get from a dog that's just running off and a little kid's having his leash.
Yeah.
That's the effect it had on me. I was just like, what? And
And
then,
you're gone.
but I was normal people,
Normal people.
they would just let go.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, I fell down. No. This dumbass, he kept on holding the line. So I was like, and
Just like Toto.
yeah, and everybody
Hold the
was just like, let go of the line. No, I can't do this. So yeah, that was but at the end of the day, I really completed the whole track and even did a jump. So yeah, it was
Wow, you did a jump. Was that meant to be?
yeah. No, it was meant to be. I was just
I
like,
can see you without a board just dangling behind like, kagoom, and it's done. Yeah, I did a jump.
I
Yeah.
did a jump, people. Yeah, woohoo, hooray for me. No, but that
You
was.
you tried a few times.
I tried a few times, and then I was like, okay, I can do this. So I came up to, and I saw this ramp in front of me, and I was just like, you're mine. And just, it's like, don't think. And then I just took off, and I was like, landed, and I was just like, oh my God, I stuck the landing. I'm awesome. And everybody was like, nah, that's a beginner's one. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, and then when you've done it and think about it, you know, after everything is happened,
Yeah.
like, you know, it might have been a dry one, like just cork dry, like skeek,
Yeah.
flap, just face plant.
Yeah, the more I think about it, I think
Yeah.
I don't think it even was a ramp. I think it just was a piece of wood lying in the water. I was like, oh, that's a ramp. It's wood in the water. I can jump on it.
Let's just go. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So have you ever? I saw this on a video once. It's in water. The big what is it? A cushion, or that you just sit on one end, and on the other one end, some person just jumps on it and just.
Oh yeah. Well,
I think if we're gonna do it, that's gonna be fun.
yeah. I'm thinking if I've seen it in real life. If I have seen it in real life, it wasn't in use. I know. Oh yeah, I realized where I saw it because we had a television program, which I've seen live, but a sequel to it. They had parents and grandparents and children.
That really
It was
sounds bad.
it was so bad. But yeah, they launched like grannies and grandpas 20 meters up in the air or something. Yeah, it was a strange program.
We should do that. I
Yeah.
mean, seriously, you're
But
gonna.
I know it's a big thing in
Yeah.
in a lot of places where they have you seen it or used it or any.
I've never seen it, and I really want to try it.
Yeah, I'm curious to try this.
I've seen it on Nitro Circus a couple of times, and there's just like They had the big giant guy.
Yeah.
His name is Streak Bike Tommy,
Yeah.
and he's just one fatso. And he jumps on it, and you actually see a guy that's like 1/3 of his weight just took off. He can even do backflips and still have time to say like, okay, here I'm gonna land. So I'm like,
Yeah, you have to nail the landing, otherwise,
yeah.
because you come from a big height. And I think that's interesting. I really like to experience the how do you say
airtime.
the airtime as when you go up and you come down. Because
Yeah.
when you go from a jumping board,
Yeah,
normally you're like, oh, that felt way longer than I expected.
yeah,
Because you're like, where is it? Where is it? Ah, there we go. I'm down. I think they will be extra interesting because you're going up and then have a zero gravity moment
yeah.
and then come down again.
Yeah, instead of just jumping off a really high platform into the... Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
Because I always am very sensitive in experiencing these forces.
Yeah,
Because when I went bungee jumping, it felt like a pile of sand on my hand, just tilting your hand
Yeah.
and the sand slowly, chipping in a flat surface, like your body weight is just disappearing
Yeah.
over the edge, and then having a zero gravity because you're falling. Normally, I don't fall that long.
no.
Because when I go from a diving board, you expect to hit the water, so
Yeah.
you're experience it differently. And this time with the bungee jumping,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a very different experience of falling,
Yeah.
and I'm very excited to know how the jump will be from one of these
Yeah.
big pillows.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as... it's a completely different thing on the water, but in one of the theme parks here in Holland, Walibi,
Mm-hmm.
you have the space shot.
Space shot.
Yeah, and you just sit there,
Yeah.
and then the timer goes 3, 2, 1, and when it hits 1, you just shoot up into the sky at
Oh, it's like one of those towers.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But when you're and on the top, it's just like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and then you go down again. But the 1 and 2, the 3, you're like, I'm floating. Look at me, I'm floating, and it's like, okay, I'm going down again. So I can, and that's what I want to experience. Just and it's
The
really-
forces and everything.
yeah, but a second, just really flying, not falling down or go, just be like, yay.
Yeah.
I-
I think the pillow will have the same type of feel.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see to know if any of our listeners has done it before.
Or has one of these things, so we can
Yeah,
try it
so
out.
we can try it out.
Yeah.
So please send us an email to podcast at
Yep.
theweeklyoutdoors.com to have us try your pillow.
I want to try your pillow. So, but the sailing, coming back to the sailing, you have the normal sailing. That's awesome. Recently, I'm more interested into, at the moment, is the Volvo Ocean Race.
Okay, yeah.
That's a different type of sailing. And I'm
In
really...
what way?
Well, normally you have the boat.
Yeah.
And with the sails and stuff. And these boats, they don't have a deck. So in
Okay.
it's two.
It's more like a catamaran? Or?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I've seen it done a million times before. And I think the adrenaline rush you get from doing it is experience you will never experience ever in your life, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, if at one point 1/2 of the boat is out of the water and 1/2 is in, and you're just hanging there by a thread, like, oh my god, I don't want to. That's. But the sailing I did with some friends, and we had a race. But then the instructor starts yelling things at you.
Okay.
For people who've never been on a boat, have never been sailing before,
Don't know
you
what he
don't
meant.
know what the F he's meaning. He's just like, okay, pull in the clover. And I'm like, and what?
Pull the what?
Yeah. And then he said, hang out the fog. And I'm like, what the fog? Which fog? And we hasted, and then he said, haste the sail. And I'm like, oh, I know this one. So I start pulling a rope, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm hasting the sail. No, you're lowering the anchor. Oh.
That's amazing.
There are like hundreds of ropes on a boat, and you're like, I don't know which one I should pull, which one I should. And then he said something, I don't know what's called in English, but in Dutch it says overstag gaan. It sounds really Dutch, overstag.
Yeah.
with the hard G. And I didn't know what it meant.
Well, for everybody who is selling you, they already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. So the sailor yelled it at me, and I was just like, what the F you want me to do now? Which rope I need to pull? But it meant that the sail is going from the left side to the right side, and you have to duck because the sail is going to hit you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there was Tristan in the water.
Oh, yeah.
I got smacked into the water. I didn't look out, and it's just like, I didn't get hurt. I didn't anything like that. It was just one of those hilarious moments. I just got pushed into the water by the sail.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, that was a quick experience. But after we did like for 4 hours, and after the first 2 hours, it ran really awesome, and I starting to understand all the things he's yelling at me.
Uh-huh.
And then we're starting to make pace, and then you know the boat is just skipping the water, and you're like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And then you can see you're gaining on the other guys, and you're like, oh, come on.
That's like a power feel or something.
I know.
You know, the energy and the speed. And it's not like you have to go that fast when you're on the water. I think speed feels faster quite quickly.
Yeah.
When you're picking up pace. So yeah.
Yeah, and well, it's the combined feeling of working together with your friends on gaining on the other boat, and then at one point you're just with two guys just hazing ropes like a movo and just going like come on go, and you're just exhausted at the end. But the adrenaline rush you get from, I mean, come on, if you ever say you get adrenaline rush from sailing, people are like, you get what from what? But it's an adrenaline rush you get. That's
I
awesome.
love being on the water. If you go, I've been to Greece last year, and we went from island to island with boats, and I'm just standing on top of the boat somewhere in the wind and just enjoying the whole experience of being on the water. But I also went sailing with one of the companies I worked with. And it was like a real, that's what I said last time, it's the pirate ship. Because we went on an old fishing boat with it's called flat bottom. So it's a Dutch boat.
Yeah, I know those with the kind
big,
of
the big flaps on
with
the
the big
side.
flaps on the side. Awesome.
It was amazing because there was a captain and he was just walking around on the boat. And he was like,
matey.
just, you pull this one in a little bit more. And we started, pulling these ropes in, and he wasn't even steering all the time. He was so relaxed. He was so in control of the whole vessel. It was so amazing. And then just go into a harbor and just, laying it ashore and then, hosting it in. And we went for a drink and then got back on the boat, and he just got it out of the harbor so easily. It was...
Yeah, it is like looking at a person who putting a thread through a needle in one try. Just be like, hop, and you're like, how?
Just nailed it every time.
Just oh my god, I hate those people. But it is. Well, I think that's what I really think. I think is awesome. I don't know if it is, but if you just get a canoe or a kayak and go on the water in, say, Canada or a really big nature park. And just go on a river with your boat and nothing. I think that is the ultimate relaxing experience you can ever get as a human being.
Oh, yeah. I've got the experience in France. We went down the river with canoes with my uncle, aunt, and cousin. And we had such a blast. I think we were paddling for... maybe up to 4 hours, I don't know, with a few breaks. But you go down the river, so you follow the stream and you just pedal along. Yeah. Sometimes it gets narrow, so the water speed picks up and the rocks make it rough, and you have to do a little bit more. Another time it's so wide, and then the trees are hanging over the water, so you're completely endoused in nature. And the water is then so much calmer because it's wide and the water speed just slows down, and everything slows down at that point. And then later on, you got rapids again. And there's a small like a dam,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a slide on the side for the canoes.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's so you're just approaching the dam like, okay, we can't go down. Yeah, there's a slide. A slide?
I'm
And
in a
you just-
canoe.
Yeah.
Is that safe?
And that's so awesomely made.
Yeah.
Just like a concrete slide, and you go down with your canoe and just end up down. And oh man, it's so amazing.
Yeah, it's a shame that well, where we're podcasting from is Zoetermeer, aka Sweet Lake City, and we used to have Dutch water dreams.
Yeah,
Used to,
the wet dream of Zoetermeer.
yeah, the Dutch wet dreams. However, it was one of the most amazing creations if you like water sport, because you can do wild water canoeing, you can do rafting.
They just had a whole a artificial rafting.
They had actually
River.
they actually recreated the Olympic track of, I think it was the Olympic Games in Greece, for training the Dutch team, and you can do it. And they have 4 turbines that just blow water, make it more rough. So you can choose 1, 2, 3, or 4, or all of them, and it is quite amazing to do.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times. I haven't done it
I have.
here. I've done it in Austria, the rafting. I didn't do it here, but I know that a lot of professionals trained here.
Yeah.
The problem that it bankrupted is because it's too much for professionals.
Yeah.
It was too expensive to just do and have fun with.
Yeah, that is
So
true.
you know, the skiing pistes are reasonable priced, and a lot of people do skiing and practice for the vacation or
Yeah.
try out materials and stuff. But the rafting is, you know, it was a bit too expensive for
Yeah,
people.
you just do it once. If you go skiing, you can just go for an hour skiing and just have fun with it. And with the rafting, it's just like, we're going to do run, and then it's over. And you pay a lot of money for it.
Yeah, you do. And the risks are pretty high, so
True.
it's not something you do for fun, just for
No,
fun.
it's not like, what are we going to do today, honey? Let's go rafting. Okay.
yeah. It's not like playing badminton.
No.
Which
no.
is awesome, but it's not
Mhm.
the same. So yeah, I've been there, and it was an amazing place.
Yeah.
I believe it's still there.
Yeah, everything is there. Only there's
yeah.
no water in it.
It's dry. So I think a lot of skateboarders are going.
Well,
there.
there's this guy. We're just gonna do a sidetrack from the water sports, but he does drone flights over, let's say, theme
kinds
parks
of-
of stuff that been closed down for years.
Uh-huh.
And he did it with Dutch Water Dreams. He went
Oh,
over
right.
the whole terrain, over the track, and yeah, you can see moss growing everywhere, plants going on the track, but you can see the actual track, and he followed it with the drone, and it was a pretty amazing sight to see that. Like, oh yeah, that's a
how it-
turn. That's
how
how
it
it
is,
went.
and-
Oh,
yeah.
oh, that's how deep it is. Oh, that's not really deep. But they also had inside the flow rider.
Yeah, the continuous flow.
Yeah, and that is a weird thing.
Have you done that?
Yeah, because the weirdest thing is if you fall down, they have a lot of flow riders, even in the Netherlands, or if you're in the US, you have heaps of those things.
Uh-huh.
But it's like 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters of water, and the moment you fall down, you feel nothing.
No, because it's an air cushion underneath.
No, it's the water is going with such a quick pace.
Yeah.
The moment your body hits the water,
Yeah.
you just shoot off. You don't even get
It thro-
time
it
to
throws you up.
You
on
don't
the-
even get the time to hit the ground, because the moment that your body says, "Oh, there's water," you just skip off, and it's like one of those pebbles. You skip on the rocks. That's what happens to you. You don't
Yeah.
hit anything. It just go. So that's pretty awesome to do.
Okay, yeah. So have you done the rafting
Yeah.
in not just the Dutch Water Dreams, but also in the wild?
No, never in the wild. I wish.
Okay.
I think that in the wild it's way more intense than when you do it in a artificial way. I think it's
I
because
think it's still intense, but
yeah, but nature has its own thing. Like,
True,
oh, I'm
yeah.
gonna fuck you up now.
True, yeah. We had a guide, and he once in a while he said, "Okay, everybody off," and then you have to go in the water, and you're wearing a wetsuit, so it's cold anyway. And it was in Austria, so it was just melting water,
Oh,
so it was pretty cold.
that's minus 2 centimeters.
Yeah, but he was like, "Okay, everybody off," and he stayed in, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stayed with the boat. Then.
Bastard.
Sure, yeah. And then he picks everybody back up. And there was one time when we were going towards a rock that was sticking out, and we tried to follow his orders to steer away or to go around, and we got stuck on the rock.
No.
So both sides, so the front of the boat was on one side and the back
Yeah.
side of the boat was on the other side, and it was the water was just pushing it onto the rock. It was just folding the whole boat into two, and everybody was on the two sides like, yeah, what now?
Help.
So he started getting everybody to one side on the boat, so the other side might be coming loose from
Yeah.
the rock. He even got off from the boat on the rock to
Push.
to push the empty side of the boat back up and jump back in the boat in time. So and we got away safely. And at the end, he told us that was a pretty dangerous situation there. But yeah, he handled it very professionally. He instructed us just to go to one side of the boat. He lifted up the other side and we went on. But
that's
you know, the boat can break at that point.
Yeah.
Can rupture or tear or something. And it's not the problem of the boat. It's more the problem of the next part of the river, because all the people will be in the water. And
You don't have a boat.
no, you don't have a boat, and there are a lot of rocks just
Ah.
on shallow ground, so you can hit yourself, your knee or your ass or something when you go across. So that was when we heard that after. It was quite intense.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But it was a lot of fun to do. Also, the instructors between the boats, because there were several boats going down the river, and I remember. There was a guide who asked us to come closer, and he was telling a girl that something was wrong with her foot because you have your foot into two loops.
Yeah.
And he tried to just get her foot out of the loop and then just lift her out of the boat.
Yeah.
But she didn't buy it. So he was trying to fool her and to throw her inside of the
Poor
water.
instructor.
Yeah, and then our instructor said, okay, well, let's splash him. So we started splashing with water, and it was quite childish. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so fun to do.
So let's go to the least dangerous water sports. I am
hot
really
tub.
no. I am sometimes, not seriously. I'm not trying to look at anything.
I'm
But
curious now.
fishing.
Fishing.
I heard. I really well, when the weather is nice. When the weather is nice. And I lost my story now. Oh no. If the weather is nice, you see a lot of men, of course,
Yeah.
go fishing.
All right.
And I'm curious, what is so magical, fun, I don't know what it is about fishing. I mean, seriously, you're just sitting there
Yeah.
and waiting.
Yeah.
And sometimes the whole day, nothing happens.
Well, I don't know. I don't like fishing because of the fish.
I know.
Just for the fish itself. I don't mind fishing a fish and preparing it. But if you're just fishing to fish and take a picture with a fish, I'm not sure why. But I think that it's more the reason why they are there and not at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a personal...
See, I love it. The more we work together, the more our minds are in sync. I'm just like, you just don't want to be home with the missus, don't you? Because they're all men of a certain age that are fishing.
There are probably a lot of women as well. And there are sport fishers.
Yeah, but how is that a sport? I mean,
No, there are also sport fishers on like sea fishing.
Yeah.
And it's a hard work, to catch a fish.
yeah, but I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. How can you make a sport out of fishing? I mean, with let's for example say football or basketball or baseball or tennis, you can train yourself and being good at it.
Yeah.
But with fishing, you're depending on the fish biting on your hook.
Yeah.
If they don't do it, you lose. I mean, how can you sport that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's again, I don't do fishing.
No, me neither.
And I'm not sure.
I think no insulting to our listeners if they are listening and they are fishers. I think we're too young. I think we're not at that age that
No, because I
fishing
know
is...
there are people from all ages
Yeah.
fishing and enjoying this.
It's not like 65 and older.
No. And it's a big community of fishers. if you, even if you, I researched outdoor podcasts before we started Weekly
Yeah.
Outdoors, and there are so many outdoor podcasts and also YouTube channels which are only about fishing.
I actually
So many ways of fishing, like it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
so big, and then it's and I respect it, but I don't get it.
No, but it's a funny thing you say, because actually in oh my god, this is so bad. Today when I came home from work, I like, okay, I need to eat something quick before I come here and podcast. So I was just putting on the telly and just zapping around, and then I came to Fish TV.
Fish TV.
No, it's an actual television channel
Yeah.
about fishing.
Okay.
So that's how I came to fishing.
So it's like 24 Kitchen, but then
24 fishing.
just
That is just
okay. But what kind of fishing was it? Because it's
Everything.
not like someone sitting on the side of the river just waiting.
No, that's not. It's just that's where, for example, you have the football fans, and they have their talk shows about the sport, and you have that 24/7 about fishing.
Yeah.
What kind of lure you're using? What kind of fish you caught? How can you catch this fish? How did you that? Oh, that's a famous fisher. There's a sport. They actually show the fishing matches. They actually there
Have
are camera
fishing
they
matches.
there are camera crews sitting there recording a fishing match and somebody giving comment to it. I'm like,
Okay,
how?
but that's the same as watching sport.
Uh-huh.
I'm the guy that if someone asks me if I like sport, I'm like, yeah, to do. I want to play any sport just for the fun,
Yeah.
but I don't like watching sport. Not just football, but any sport.
Mm-hmm.
I can watch like when about racing. I like watching like one lap, and then I'm like, yeah, okay, that's good. Let's do something now. Watching ice hockey. I like watching ice hockey.
Yeah.
One match, I'm like, okay, let's go do something now.
Yeah. I don't.
So I don't mind looking at a game, but I'm not gonna sit down and watch a whole season of people playing
no,
sports.
me
I'm
neither.
like, just go out and do something yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have to be a professional basketball player.
No?
I'll just play badminton. I mean,
You want to be a professional badminton player?
no. I just like
Alright.
to do sports.
Yeah, but that's well, my dad is one of those men who are just like, on Sunday I'm gonna sit in my chair and watch football the whole effing day, and when they're done playing football, I'm gonna watch all the talk shows about the football.
Yeah.
I'm like, geez,
Yeah.
how? But don't you want to do stuff? No, that is my relaxing
Well,
day.
it's also an interest, of course.
Of course, but I mean, there's more stuff to do in one day.
Yeah, it's not the way I would do it.
No, me neither.
No.
I mean, I can enjoy myself watching the Formula One, but okay, it's more like I'm sitting on the couch watching Formula One and my eyes get heavier and heavier and heavier. And when I open my eyes, oh, the race is gone. That's my formula. That's my experience with watching sports. It's just sleeping on the couch.
Just falling asleep.
I know it, but it's awesome. It's the most awesome feeling ever.
That's nice.
I think
That's
that's what people have when they go fishing. Just sitting there and just be like, oh, I'm just gonna close my eyes now for a few hours.
Yeah, because a lot of people just take a beer, sleep, wait.
It's the American dream.
Yeah.
Drink a beer.
Roll it. I don't want to offend any of our listeners, but
No,
I'm very
no.
curious to hear your stories or opinions about these topics. All the way from camping to water sports to even the fishing or anything we talk about or have talked about. And if you have a new subject or topic, please let us know.
Yeah, and if you can explain to me or to Remy what the let's say the thrill, I don't think it's called a thrill, but what's the drive to go fishing, please do explain, because I don't want to make fun of anybody who is fishing. I mean, I respect you but explain to me what's the awesome factor about fishing, because I really would like to understand the sport.
Yeah. Well, there's so many sports I don't understand.
True, like cricket.
Yeah, or golf. I mean, again, I like playing sports and games, but sometimes I'm just like, why? Even the professional levels and everything.
Yeah.
It's so.
Yeah, but cricket and golf, those are like on a league of their own. Like, this is the strangest sport ever. Or polo.
Polo, yeah.
That's even...
It's rough. It's more like rugby and ice hockey.
I got a new subject for a new podcast. Weird sports. Where you can find them. I found there's one water sport that I find really interesting. People do water polo, which is fun.
Yeah.
Some people do rugby.
Yeah.
But you also have underwater rugby.
Oh yeah, underwater rugby.
I'm like, what? That sounds awesome.
It sounds very difficult.
I know.
Yeah.
But awesome.
Yeah.
I just think, but how can you run to a guy and pick him up and smash him to the ground underwater?
I don't know. How do you throw a ball on the water?
That also.
Yeah.
How do you stay underwater? Because you eventually float up.
I don't know.
Do they have weight on their ankles or
Probably.
something? If you play underwater rugby,
let us know.
Yeah, we want to know everything. If you say you can try it, we'll be happy to come over and try underwater rugby. I'm fascinated by the sport.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we have time for this week.
No.
Yeah. But
can we listen to more?
Yeah, because we have a lot of podcasts on the go. This is our what did I say? 7th? Yeah, 7th episode. So that means that there are 6 episodes to listen back to.
Yeah.
You can find all the episodes on Podbean or go to SoundCloud if you want. If you find it easier.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's it.
That's it for this week.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. So thanks everybody for listening. If you want to send an email, send it to podcast@theweeklyoutdoors.com or visit our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. There's not much on the YouTube channel.
Or follow us on Instagram at ComicBeardman or I Am Here Now.
Yep.
And you can see all the awesome stuff that we do on the outdoors. And yeah, it's been fun today.
Yeah, it was
It's
fun.
been a wet episode.
Yeah.
A lot of water.
I'm soaking wet.
Yeah, so we're gonna go sleeping with the fishes now, and you get to close it up.
Okay, I will. Thank you. So here's the nice warm voice. Thank you all for listening, and hope to have you back next week.
And this is speaking for saying good night and goodbye or something like that. Yeah.